Let's do this one final time for the DTM World Championships. As 6 lights go on the board, we will go racing here at Bushy Park. Great start there for Andy as Adam dives it down the inside. And he's going to try to find a move there. Van Dorn is going to try to catch up as Andy goes into the grass. Adam is your new race leader. As they go into the next hairpin section now, there we see Van Dorn try to take an advantage there of the Mercedes. It's a German warfare out here as we go through the chicane. Van Dorn slides it around the outside. He takes the lead. And now trying to hold up the inside. Adam is getting collected there almost, and now the top 5 gets separated here. Let's go trackside, watch the action below. As Oliver, trouble for him, Ferdinand as well. But there you see the hot top 5 here, all going for a championship. Van Dorn in the lead, Adam second, Andy third, Marlon fourth, Webster fifth. Crucially, double points for these guys, so they're gonna stick very close to each other, very competitive, all of them. But there you see Adam already trying to go for a move onto the inside there. Glued onto your screens, this is a race you do not want to leave your television screens. This one is gonna be a good one, folks. Do not go anywhere. Just gonna crank up the audio for you guys as Adam going a little bit deep. And there we see Marlon Young also running a little bit loose onto the grass, allows Martin Webster to try to pull up now. Can he make a move down to the inside? No, he's gonna back off. Oh, and Marlon runs off the track. Martin Webster sails through. Very crucial for this championship. Also, speaking in the background is, Andrew Rupner-Ryan slides it into the bush and crucially gets right back on track. So there's going to be no yellow flags. Van Dorn with the fastest lap. It's crucial for the fastest lap as well, as these drivers go through here in today's race. Bonus points, bonus 2 points with the double points up for grabs. We're going to be doing live points calculation as today's race goes through. But as of right now, we're going to let these guys have some fun out here, because for the final round, we are getting a treat. This is what Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club is all about. Leave your television screens this way. So apologies for that, just making sure all the audio is good in this race so we can go for the long haul, as we see Marlon Young, Martin Webster both dropping down as Webster in the grass. Webster just about entering back onto the track, and Young is gonna dive it down to the inside. Webster losing the position, making a mistake, and both of the X-Play drivers are losing touch to the top 3. While both Martin and Marlon in a championship fight of their own, will X-Play allow a little bit of leisure, a leeway to Martin Webster to get through, to catch up to the top 3. He is at a chance to go to Race of Champions, but if he's gonna finish behind the top 3, he's gonna lose that spot. Marlon Young knows that he needs to finish close to Webster to win this championship. He knows that. Meanwhile, we have Oliver. 2 BMWs fighting on as Blotch ahead now. Ferdinand. Fastest lap, 3/10 faster is Van Dorn that last lap. So both of them looking pretty quick. Rupner-Ryan finding some trouble. He's finding himself returning back onto the circuit. He is on the back straight as this race continues now. The Dutchman against the Canadian, who's found himself in trouble here, as the Danish driver, Andy Reese, starting to close this gap up big time. There you see the rear and closing up very quickly. Oh, bit of lockup even more. And Van Dorn, another fastest lap, so he is starting to exit the picture. We stay on the rear. Let's actually swap now. Let's see what Andy's looking at. Oh, and lockup! Big lockup there for Adam! And Reese almost almost with a chance, almost, but unfortunately just could not capitalize. But pressure is on for the Canadian. Both of them so close to each other. Oh, heavy lockup. And there you see Van Doren still with the fastest lap. Another one to add. Meanwhile, Webster also improving his personal lap time, so he's starting to close that one up. More lockup there for Adam. All right, enter blue flags just for the 2 cars behind you. Oh, and Ruben Ryan just about gets out the way. Meanwhile, this race continues. There we see Andy starting to look for a move onto the inside, and he's gonna send it just about, and Andy, oh, and he gets tackled down. The door is shut, and he goes sailing behind. Adam gets through. Hard-fought battle for these drivers. As meanwhile, Marlon Young is gonna want to get a move on here. He is not going as quick today's race. I don't know if there's something wrong or if he's just preserving the tires. But as this race unfolds now, we're gonna find out. All right, and just let him by on this next straight. Oh, and he actually gets out the way early on there on the curb. That is more than okay, but Webster's gonna take advantage of this move, can he? Unfortunately, because of the nature of this circuit, that gap closes. And once again, Webster struggles to get past Marlon Young. Now Andy putting some lap times of his own. They're gonna have to start to regroup here. But all I know is that the crowd is loving it. An absolute fantastic race here. Only 8 minutes in, and we've got some great racing under our belts already. There we see Webster trying to close up. But it does look like Marlon Young is starting to feel himself around here. And he's feeling a lot more confident in that car. So he's going to continue pushing on. Andy, though, takes the fastest lap of his own, a 52.228. So he is starting to put a charge of his own. We look on board with the driver in the BMW. We're going to see what he can pull off. If you guys watching the stream, thank you so much for tuning in to Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the racing so far. We have 2 more races coming up directly after this one. And that is your Radical Caribbean Cup Round 4. You do not want to miss it. Laps complete, and Webster looks like he's gone through, and he has. Martin Webster going through on Marlon Young. I don't know if it was a mistake, but judging by the position of where Marlon's car was, it looked like Marlon let Webster set off into the distance. So this is going to be a very interesting one now. Marlon Young just has to stay close to Webster to gain this championship. So as this race continues, the gap is starting to close between the BMW and the Mercedes. The Danish driver is now 1.7 behind. We're going to look at the lap time comparisons It's a 52.794, 52.291. So, Andy is pushing very hard. And he is slowly starting to catch up. Still closing up that gap, though. He has got about a 10th. So you see the grass getting chucked down. Personal best from Adam, so he's replying there. But it's still Andy with a 10th quicker. Meanwhile, more yellows come out for Raceway. And the leader's actually going to come through, but he's going to stay just out the way, so crucial for him. Two X-Blade drivers just out the way, and there you see the Nissan starting to get going. Ah, no, hot tires! So just about does get out the way for the two Aston Martins to go through. But interestingly, for the first time, I've never seen the Aston Martins this much off the pace than other rounds. Could it be the pressure for these guys here today? I do not know. 7.52 versus a 5.51. So 2/10 still quicker is Andy, and he's still continuing to push on. But there you see that gap. Still there, but it's slowly coming down, and we're gonna see that next round go down between these two. So, of course, no pit stops in today's race. Still very crucial that these drivers save their tires. Because even though they see Van Dorn in the distance, 52.777, 52.604, 52.636, all of them starting to slow down on their pace. So, what goes on now in this stage in the championship? Well, we are currently doing the calculations of both series. Webster. Team radio.
Thank you.
I think Danny Nasir just got 2 blue flagged there. Wave arounds from Rupen Orion and Oliver Blutch. So he's on his merry way. Danny Nasir, 6th position, 10 seconds though. Excuse me, off the X-Play duo. But now Andy has found himself under a second, a little bit slow. Out turn 1 was Adam, and this round between these two drivers have come a little earlier than I expected. Nonetheless, let's get this fight underway, as we are going to take this one to the skies. So, what's going to go on here between the BMW and the Mercedes? They see how close the gaps are into the chicane. And into turn 1 once more. 3/10 faster.
Oh, sorry about that, Danny.
Buzz Adam. Trouble for somebody there. I don't know who it was. Oliver apologizing to somebody over the comms. Thought he did say Danny, but they didn't look too close together. And he's still working hard to close this one up. We're at the halfway mark in this race. And a lot of lock up there, going very deep is Adam. Just gives more confidence to Andy to go through. So, crucially in the championship, as it stands, Andy Rees is 1 point behind Martin Webster. Adam needs to win this race. Van Dorn doing a great job, but unfortunately he's 4th in the championship. He needs to win this race, have these drivers do a little bit worse than they are right now. But as it stands, Webster is leading the championship by 1 point. As it stands, Webster desperately needs to get this move.
Lonely, I'm Mr. Lonely.
Martin, copyright! The last time we switched to Martin singing, carnage happened. I'm not falling for it again, Martin. I don't know if he's listening to the stream or if the X-Play shop is listening. But Will Webster on. He is 1 point behind. He's 1 point ahead, sorry. And all he can do is pray on this fight that Andy stays in 3rd.
Slow down, Andy.
Oh, he probably can hear me. So, Adam desperately needs to stay ahead. This championship all comes down to this. In terms of the overall DTM series, Young is still champion if he can hold on to this result, staying right next to him. It all comes down to this, folks. The drivers in the chat, I don't believe all of them listen to the stream while they race. But if they do, that's a little bit intense. I hope they don't. I hope they're not listening to my voice right now, and when they watch back this stream, they're gonna realize, damn, that's crazy. But 1 point separates Andy Rees, Martin Webster with, oh my goodness, this is incredible. Double points in effect, of course. 1 point separates them, just meaning that, oh no, trouble! Trouble for Andy! Oh, he hits the wall! He hits the wall! This is huge! This is absolutely huge! There is Webster, and he's gonna overtake him! No! Oh my goodness!
Are you having rear tire issues?
Andy Rees!
Thanks for slowing down, Andy.
Still
Yeah, no problem, man.
on the throttle! Ah, trouble! Virtual safety car deployed. Virtual safety car.
Oh my god.
So, Van Dorn put down that pace down to 80 kilometers. 80 kilometers. And I don't know if you heard it, but Marlon Young felt like a kid. Felt like a child. He was hee his way, realizing that this is his chance to bounce back. Now, this is where trouble comes up. Alright, so luckily for us, pits are open because our pit lane here is working just fine. So pits are open for repairs, any damages. It's not mandatory to come in, but you are free to do so. So, top 3 is not going to come in.
Mike, both of you got damage. Serious damage.
Martin Webster doing a little bit of funniness on the mic. He's that's tactics, all right. Now Andy Rees does come into pit lane.
Adam too's got damage.
Sounds like everybody but you has damage.
Yeah, all my tires are dead.
Which?
So Danny Nasir also coming into pit lane as well. So we're gonna let through lap traffic shortly once we get everybody together. So, and Marlon Young once again. I gotta finish the sentence. Feeling like a kid at a candy store. He is absolutely delighted to hear that a competition caution, sorry, not a competition car, a virtual safety car, has come out at a perfect time for him. But this has really changed the perspective of this one. Andy now, who was just 1 point behind, he still just needs to finish ahead of Webster. That's really as it is. So time is ticking down crucially. All right, so Andrew, you can overtake. So go get your lap back.
Andrew might be like 2 laps down though.
Yeah, well, we're only gonna let 1 lap through.
Where do I go, Rahul?
Where are you? You're just at the end of the... You're in position.
Yeah. Okay.
And Danny, you are not a lap down, so you're just about to catch up to the drivers ahead.
Yeah, I know.
So we are going to wait on Ruben Ryan to come around and sound this one off. I'm not giving anybody hints on this championship. I am not going to go in that chat and tell them what the points look like.
Man, this lap or next lap?
Just holding right now. We want to wait till Andrew just comes around. So time is ticking. Very crucial bit of time is counting down. With Webster in 3rd position, if he can get a massive jump on this lead pack, this would be huge. All right, next lap, we will go green. So keep it 80 kilometers. Andrew, the leaders are just coming around the first corner. So you have a bit of time, don't push yourself. So the drivers know. 1 to go.
Why?
What is... Marlon, what are you laughing about?
I know I saw somewhere running and just blocked your stuff.
Marlon Young is having a lot of fun out here.
Slow down, Andrew. Slow down.
Yeah, I got jinxed, I think.
Please don't run in the back of the Andrew.
You can speed up to 100 kilometers. That's just for the leader. For the drivers behind, just keep a safe distance. Remember, we're going green on this lap. So that'll be on the front straight. By the time you get to the end of this straight, there'll be no more weaving and start to close up to the driver ahead of you. So, crucial restart here today. Let's see what they can do. Single file, and get ready. Here we go. Green flag. Underway once more. Here we go. And there you see the X-Plate duo trying to make it 3 wide. Webster down to the inside. Trying to go for the lead of this one. Van Dorn on the outside. Oh, it's carnage. It's trouble. Runs out of space. Is Van Dorn there? My goodness. And Webster leads this one. Definitely going to be looked at. Adam there in 2nd position. Oliver jumped into 3rd. And Van Dorn retires out here today. That's massively unfortunate. Where is Andy? There he is. He needs to beat Webster. But in this scenario, he needs to win this race or hope that Webster makes a mistake. And with Marlon Young ahead of him, it's so crucial. But restarted with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. And Ruben are in trouble there on the front straight. gets it going. And we're just reviewing the replay now. We have a great shot. Of it down here, so you see Andy Reese trying to push on. There you see Andy really trying to get grips there. Really trying to push with all his might. Trying to get this one close up, and there you see Marlon making a mistake. Here comes Andy down the inside. A little bit of door-to-door action. Andy powers down, the BMW goes through. And Andy up in the fourth. But Marlon Young still fighting on. We're gonna bring the replay live here now. So this is it. The incident in question. On the inside there you see Webster try to make a move. And it just looked like he barged him out the way. And Stewart's really looking at that. Meanwhile, so, oh, it's Webster! He's made a mistake of his own on the track, and he's lost out big time on positions, clipping Oliver there on track. This championship is still yet to be decided. Andy Reese trying to close up the gap. Remember, it's winner take all between Webster and Andy, whoever finishes ahead. Oh my goodness, it's not over.
What was that, man?
Webster not happy with what just happened, and here comes Adam. Here comes Andy, my apologies. Adam in the lead. Andy with a chance of winning this championship needs to get the move done on Webster. He's got a great run into the chicanes here. Webster's gonna fight hard. It's contact. It's hard contact between them. Webster is sent off. Andy's sent ahead. And Webster, oh, collected by Danny Nasir. What is going on? Are you kidding me? This race. So many pictures change in the championship. Remember, still a point of difference. But now with a gap and 2 minutes left to go, Andy needs to sail it home. Whose fault was that, ladies and gentlemen? Was it anybody's fault? Indeed, I don't know. Oh, meanwhile, there you see Room to Run just getting out the way. But a controversial race. And now Webster just sent it down the inside. Nothing he can do. He just sent it fully all the way. And unfortunately, he came out the worst end of it. But 1 minute to go. Andy battling on for second position right now. In a crazy eventful race. Still anything can happen. Andy fighting with all his might. Wants this second position. Finds it. Almost. Oliver making contact with the curb. 30 seconds to go. Adam looking very strong for another race victory. And we should be at the 1 to go. One more lap at Bushy Park. in the DTM Championship. What a ride it has been, folks, to get to this very point. But Andy is not done yet as he sends it down the inside. Gets the move done on Oliver. Cementing his face once again. Andy, though, of course, he has already won a championship in the IMSA Vintage, so it would go to Webster. But my goodness, what a race this has been. A turn of the tail once more. Adam, though, is gonna come around, and what a race he's done. Amazing effort. Adam is gonna take another back-to-back race victory in the finale at DTM. What a win, but it's this man. When you look at CMRSC,
Champions,
you're gonna look at the history of Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club, but never forget about his story. Marlon's got it done. Marlon Young is champion of the world. Andy Rees is gonna take the DTM leg, but it's Webster who's gonna take the ticket to Race the Champions. X-Blaze soars to the skies, victorious once again. And that is an ending. Wow. Incredible scenes here. So many drivers to congratulate, but what a race that was. It's so eventful from start to finish, but we finally reached the end. First and foremost, Marlon Young. When we look at history in CMRSC, we're always gonna look at the greats. And you, my friend, have now added your name. And when we look at history, we are gonna look at his story. Marlon Young, you are champion of the world here in the DTM World Championship. 8 rounds done, and you're champion. How do you feel?
Excellent. I'm so happy. I'm happy it's over. It's been a long championship, but I mean, I remain consistent. Today, I wasn't really feeling it, but yeah, I didn't get a setup and stuff, so I just drove. I drove for my teammate today, actually. So, congratulations to him. Congratulations to us. We also wrap up the team championship. So, perfect ending.
A perfect ending indeed. You finally get that one championship that was looming all this time. Ever since you joined us, you saw Martin Webster get it done 2 years ago. But finally, we could say Marlon Young is a champion. It's got a good ring to it, doesn't it?
Yep. It's, oh man, I'm just enjoying this.
Celebrate it. It's all yours. The trouble, all the effort that you put in, it's finally over. You put X-Play on top once again. Congratulations, man. Incredible effort.
Thank you to you for hosting and keeping us here every weekend. Thank you for all the drivers who came out and gave me a fight. So, I mean, looking forward to more battles in the future. And I'm sure it's going to be tougher from here, because I see some very good drivers on the grid.
Indeed, man. Congratulations. And we cannot forget about looking at how close this fight was. Now, throughout this race, early on, Webster against Andy Rees, the championship fight, after calculating qualifying and practice laps, it was separated by 1 point, meaning whoever finished ahead the other would be champion. And after an amazing race, so much effort, argy-bargy, whatnot, once again, Andy Rees, you are a 2-time champion, taking the Caribbean leg. How does that feel?
Man, that's just amazing. Definitely a very tough fight, and these cars have just been so amazing. Yeah, I already look forward to next year, and yeah, definitely some fast drivers here on the grid. It's just been a blast.
I mean, did you know at any time how close the championship was?
Not to begin with, but slowly coming up to the end here, I started realizing that it was actually a possibility. It wasn't something that I thought would happen from the start, but yeah, I tried to just push here at the end, and it worked out with 1 point apparently. So that is just amazing.
Amazing indeed. Just massive congratulations. You've already qualified yourself, but to now become a 2-time champion in 1 year, that's just something sweet to go off of. We're so happy to have you here. And yeah, I know Klaus somewhere is smiling to see his countrymen winning once again, but yeah, you've done an amazing job. Congratulations. Another championship goes to you.
Yes.
And of course, gotta congratulate Martin Webster. You are the next qualifier for Race of Champions. Despite finishing second here, because of Andy already winning a championship, you are also in Race of Champions. So, Martin, to see both X-Play drivers sweeping and going to Race of Champions, how does that feel? Now adding your name to the list.
Yeah, this feels good. Yeah, those guys beat me up on the last. I mean, I got them off the line, but they beat me up. I couldn't hold that pace, but it was a good fight. I know what to do next time. It's a learning experience, but gotta say congratulations to my boy Marlon. I hope Jarrell is at home watching. Marlon is finally a champion, legitimately a world champion. I mean, we had our battles in the X-Play game shop, and Marlon was always third best. But this time, legitimately online in front of all the people watching on YouTube. The millions and millions around the world, Marlon Young is a world champion.
Love to hear it. Congratulations. It was a hard-fought thing, hard-fought fight, but you stayed consistent. You are, I believe, one of only 2 drivers to have completed every single race from start to finish in this championship, and of course in the Caribbean legs. So, amazing effort from you. Congratulations on that one ticket.
Thank you very much, man. And thank you for hosting every Saturday. I mean, it's been a little tough for me to even get to race, being in the shop and working. And but these races, I was able to put at least 1 race in, and was hoping to get to do the Radical, but maybe next time.
Oh, I think next week for sure, because we're gonna go back to the regular start time, 5 o'clock. So most definitely, I think we're gonna see you in the Radicals, and of course at Dover as well. So can't wait to see what that happens.
For sure.
Congratulations. So we're gonna put up the Radical race server up. Right after I do that, we'll continue interviews. So just give me 1 moment. So what a race that was here. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We will see you in the future. Thank you for joining us for this amazing DTM World Championship.